Hello everyone, welcome to New Horizons Race League Division 2, round 21 of the championship here in Interlagos in Brazil. I'm here with Division 1 drivers Taze, Leroy and Pitch Black. How are we doing and what do we think of Brazil?
Yep. Good afternoon, Connor and Leroy. Brazil, one of the shorter tracks in this calendar, but definitely one of the more exciting in league racing history and in real life racing. We've seen a lot of really close racing, really nice overtakes in pretty crazy events. Today it's going to be nice and dry. Brazil is always in a bit of a mixed bag in terms of weather, but I think we'll have a really nice race today, especially with some drivers looking pretty good today.
Yeah, I mean, the constructors' fight is heating up. Only 31 points going into the final two rounds. So, that's, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see whether Renault can close the gap or whether Racing Point can finally outscore them, because recently it's been Racing Point on top. But I mean, as Pitch was saying, it's one of the shorter races on the calendar, so it's not easy to find much time in quality. But from what they've gathered, well, from what I've gathered anyway, Tonk is said to be very good at this track, so I think we want to watch out for it tonight.
Yeah, he was my teammate for the Division 1 race, and he was almost on pace with me. It was actually pretty nice. He was really fast. He had definite Division 1 pace. He was doing really good around this track, and I'm sure he could challenge for a win today. I'm pretty sure you guys remember in Monza, he had the lead of the race for quite a few laps until eventually he got caught up by DXS and Charlie, but I'm sure we're gonna have a really nice race today, and maybe finally he'll break that seal and get that win today. But there's gonna be a lot of competition behind him, especially with the constructors of Reynolds and Racing Points really trying to get the most points out of today. It won't be easy for him.
Yeah, gap between those two teams, 31 points. Again, Racing Point could take it today, but if the Renault lads, if they have a similar performance as to what they did in Mexico, then I believe it will carry over again to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it would. As Chinese about to come across the line, first row set of time, and using the shortest one to the line, it's going to be a 0.6. It's a 7.2. Dylan across the line next. He goes set to 7.2 as well. Look at that! Only 1,000 in that gap. Already.
That's a very close gap.
Already drives very close. James from across the line is a 108.8 on the medium tires.
Raceway has invalidated.
Yep, so we need to be setting the time. I believe it's Twonk next on the mediums.
Oh god, no, Collins.
Let's see what he gets.
P8.
Here comes
Twonk about to cross the line. And
oh,
Reese has.
Oh no, dude, did Twonk just start a lap? I'm confused.
Reese has crashed on the straight.
Yeah, I've just seen his car go straight into the wall.
Must have been a controller failure.
I'm not really sure if he's just taking his ass off the road. It's really not a place you see people just diving into the pit wall.
No, not Reese, it's Twonk. He's in P3 on the medium, so that's not a bad out from him.
Yeah, that's a really competitive lap actually.
P3.
Actually, that's pretty crazy. He's 7/10ths off on the medium tire, which is supposed to be like 1.2 seconds off. So that's rather interesting.
I'm still very surprised at that gap between Dylan and Charlie. 1,000.
Twonk is wide. Oh wait, never mind. Wait, what?
Raceway goes P6.
Our mate invalidated his lap. I'm pretty sure he's on the same lap anyways.
Dylan's on the lap, actually. I didn't notice this. He's going for it again on the same set of tyres, so.
Yeah, I'll be on board with Noja, who's about to finish this lap too. Actually, no, he's putting in.
Yeah, so there comes Dylan, going to the 20-15 minute sector. Not many, that's really not your main place to overtake, but if you're going side by side for a long time, you could try overtake. He's 1/10 up, so he's set to go pole and set the.
Yep, it looks like that. For sure.
And he just have a car ahead of him. You could give him a little bit of slipstream, or mate goes into the pit, so he won't get a slipstream. Here comes Dylan across the line. It is 8-6.
P1. The first 106 of the session today. Very nice lap.
And he told us last week that he hates Brazil. I'd highly debate that right now.
Well, I'm sure that there'll be some more 106s to come, as most drivers seem a few tenths off. I'm sure Charlie will have a good run at it, and Twonk, once he gets on the soft tires, will also have a good run for pole position. Arlen also a good wild card in this race. You never know what he could do.
Yep. So let me just see. Anyone else on track at the moment? No, it's getting to the point where everyone's.
Carps was coming out for an outlet.
Yeah, he's actually the first driver, so he did. So what's Carps? Right,
So
currently on 1.6, so we'll have to see what he can do.
I think it's worth asking you guys. Do you guys see much of a difference between wheel and controller on this track?
Not really. I'd say it would come in the middle sector if there was a difference. I'd say there is a bit, well, not that much of a difference. I know most of the drivers here are on controlling us, so.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's a huge coincidence or not, but every time I do league races on this track, the controller drivers are always like 3/10 faster than the wheel drivers, even the best of them.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I've just always noticed that.
So the first driver who will come out and say is like second lap time will be Twonk. He's coming through into what it's technically not the final corner, it's the final real corner, obviously. As here he comes. Starts fighting now. So on the run to the line, let's see what Twonk can do. So starting your lap now, you want to stay to the right of the track.
Yeah, but I hit the grass too hard. There we go, perfect.
Use a little bit of the curve. None of these that much
nice.
is a good
That's very
the
nice.
asses.
One of the lines has gone in the second sector.
Yeah, I seen. I think that was Pids. As Twonk is just over half a tenth up into the ski of the Lager.
Very nice.
And it's going to the
he just looks so rapid around this track, Twonk.
So he comes up the hill.
So smooth.
Now he stays in third, interestingly. It's a good exit. Now into the corner, well, it was made famous in 2019, where obviously, well, in the car that he's in, Albon did get hit with Hamilton. As here he comes to the end of the middle sector, he is sixth, and he's 7/10 up, so it's going to be a good lap from Twonk.
Yeah.
So he's coming up now to the line. You want to use the shortest one possible, so stay as tight to the inside as you can. What lap will this be?
And it's
Twonk. It's a 7.1.
So
that's a really good effort.
Yeah, it is. There's Avalanche across the line now. He needs to start. Obviously, he hasn't had the best performances in recent weeks. For the sake of his team, he needs to start picking performances up. His FJW goes P8, so all up for him. Raceway currently on the floor.
The thing is, when you look at Twonk's onboard and he's doing his laps, the thing that's different is he's not like really on the limit. He's just really smooth through each corner, no oversteer or understeer whatsoever. It's just really planted, right? Like, I can't be the only one seeing this.
His raceway, so I comes to the end of the middle sector. He's 6/10 up, so that would only actually, I mean, it's a good improvement. That will put him up in the fifth at the moment, I think. So it comes raceway.
Rather good lap by Avalanche, 107.5.
Across the line, he goes P6. So just in between, so it's in between Carps and mate.
I feel Raceway lost a bit of his pace in the later stages of the season. Whereas before he was looking pretty good.
I mean, he had a good race last week. Because the excess of the mediums, interestingly.
Raceway is definitely more of a racing driver than a qualifying driver.
Yeah,
same with the XS, and it's the races where you win. So,
and also same with mate as well. So this is usually pretty good. Who's on? I don't think anyone is actually. Mate's a bit the start one, so
yeah. I'll be on board at mate then.
I'm on board with the XS, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the medium tires too.
I don't think he's on a lap at the moment.
He is.
No, he's not. I think he's out of fuel actually.
But DXS, he's at the penultimate corner.
Yeah, he's 4.7 down.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright, mate. He's 1/10 up in the first sector alone. So, have a good first sector, into the middle sector now. This is really where you gain most of your time. This is really where it will show how your lap is unfolding. Gets a good run. Now coming into the in comes in the second. It's a nice exit. He does have a McLaren head and we just get out of the way so you won't get any slipstream off him. Mate, he's 4 tenths up. That's what we're looking at.
Whoa,
Very good
that's a
lap
lot.
at the moment.
That could get him P3 possibly.
Yeah, he just needs a good run. He did get a good run out of the corner. So because mate across the line, what would this be? Not
It's
taking the short
wider.
one to the line.
P4.
It is P4.
800s behind Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the top four are all within about, or I should say from second to fourth, all within about 1.5 tenths of each other, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Dylan's happy. That does surprise me. I mean, obviously him and Twonk, they're fighting for a place in Division 1 next season, so
Yeah.
them two on the front row, that could be interesting come the race. As his yellow flag, that is...
Yeah.
That
So
was
Dylan-
no due, I think, moving out of the way.
Yeah, but I don't believe Dylan's fully out of the clear yet. I still feel that Charlie and Twang can challenge him, and you never know. Nhrl may can set up a really good lap in the final stages of this and snag it from everyone.
No, but I mean... yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Well, they're coming out on track now. Charlie and Raceway, obviously, they're both on track. The XS still in P10, but he's out on the soft, so we still get to see his best.
Strangely, Twang's still in the pit lane. I wonder what he's thinking.
I mean, there is still about 5 minutes left, so he just has time to go out whenever he wants. Charlie's about to start on that.
Yeah.
So, here he comes. Obviously, trying to do the best for his team in these final 2 rounds. He's on it. He's won the last 2 races in Coa and Mexico, so let's see what he can do here in Brazil. As he was out to San Assis, that's a very nice run from him.
Yep, that was very
Down to
nice.
the inside. Okay, passes through as we'll see at the end of the first sector. How much is he up by? He's up by 1/10.5. It's over 10.5 already, so it's looking at a good up and Charlie gets a good run out to secure the Lagra. Up the hill now. You're avoiding the curve, goes down to 5th interestingly. Up to 7th before you want to shift down into he sticks in 3rd. Interestingly. Let's go around 3rd and gets a good exit. Shifting down into taking it in 3rd again, that's interesting for him as he gets a good exit now. Then the one more time, they're what? He's up by 4
He's
tenths.
He's up by 4. Yeah.
That's
gonna get it.
definitely gonna be enough to get him pole unless he didn't have a barber out in front of the corner, so that's really what's going to determine it. Charlie across the line, what's it going to be from him?
Ooh, that was
Cross line
close
for
to the
Charlie,
line.
it is at
106.7.
6.7. What a lap by Charlie.
Yeah,
Say,
definitely a really good
during that lap, FJW also went P5 for Haas.
Very nice.
Oh.
And Nhrl made an
XS
FGW.
goes P4.
VXS P4.
Oh,
So he's
well done for
just
me, improved
behind
by a
Paul.
second.
Yeah, there's really
Yeah.
close times over. Yeah, but VXS was on the mediums last lap. Really close
So that's
times.
impressive. Can't improve by that much. Mediums. Yeah, it's like we were saying, Conor. FJW and PC, that's a very good lap by him. Both Hasses.
I mean, it's really surprising. Normally in FJW, both have really good quality pace. It's just in the races where they have to improve a bit, and they could be really good drivers.
Mate's race pace is pretty decent. It's just he's not
Twonk
always
is
the
still
most used to
in
the drivers.
Twonk's still in the pit lane. I wonder if he's going to come out again, because he has to come out pretty
I
soon.
think he's saving it very late. I think as Dylan's on up, he's down by half a tenth in the first sector. But that's not really where you're going to gain your time. It will be, like I said, in the middle sector where will really determine whether he has a shot of pole here or not. Up the hill.
He's pushing.
He's pushing, but he's not pushing to the absolute max that you can push to.
Who you guys on board, by the way?
I'm Dylan.
Dylan. So I was riding board with Pids, but then he invalidated it at the top of the hill.
Okay.
Down by
down,
4. Let's get a good
so
exit here.
I don't think it'll be
I think
Paul,
it's
but
done. Yeah.
yeah, I think
I
this
think
is
that's gonna be
him.
his race. P2 at the very most.
He's getting the most, yeah. Oh, he's
Yeah, he's
in.
back in.
He, I don't think he'll have time to go again.
Now I
No,
think he
not
will.
now. Need about a minute and 30 seconds as
40.
soon as your car goes into the garage. So unless Mercedes can turn that around in the next 5 seconds.
Oh, speaking of it, Tlonk is out on his out lap now.
I mean,
He's
Charlie
gonna
and
be the
Raceway,
only
they were
person who can contend for the
Hang on.
shot, the pole position.
James is about to start a flying lap. I want to ride on board with him.
okay. Obviously, James, down in P15, I mean, in P12, so not P15, number one. I've seen him before the race. He said he really likes this track, so hoping the rest of he can do well. Comes out with this and says, well, using the watering line. That's a quick wait. Here he comes. He's up by sort of 1.5 tenths. He comes into turn 4 now. Going up the hill.
Okay, good few corners.
That's interesting. So Charlie has left it very late to come now. He won't cross the line unless, like, it's been like this for the last 2 weeks where our time screens have been glitched by about quite a few
No.
seconds. So I reckon that could be the case again. As here comes James. How much is he gonna be up by? He's up by
He's
8
up by
tenths.
8 tenths. That's a lot.
That it.
But it still might not be enough for him to get
It, it,
P11.
I wouldn't even, that's 8 tenths. That would only put him in the P12, sorry. Cost line for
That
James is gonna
is
be
P12.
P12. Not the worst, but not the best.
He's off track.
Twonk has backed off on his lap. He was up
Oh.
though. He had no need to back off.
I wonder if our timings are glitched.
Yeah, they are. DXS has started his final lap, so I'm watching him. Coming out of this NS, he's got a very nice run. James is car out of the way, so DXS's last chance to try and snatch pole. Off Charlie, he's up. He is up by over 1.5 tenths, so it's a good start to the lap for DXS. Coming through the middle sector now. Using 6 gear, gets a nice run.
Oh, he has a good slipstream Tlonk on Charlie.
But
But he's still a 10th down.
Charlie's invalidated, so he won't be able to
Yeah.
try and keep
Quality is
that pole.
officially over.
No, so yeah, DXS is he gonna be up? He's up by nearly 3 tenths. That will put him in P2, not in P1 though, unless he has a monstrous final sector. He'll have his teammate Avalanche, who'll give him a little bit of slipstream. That wasn't as much as I think the Racing Point team would have planned. They're crossing the line for DXS, and
P2.
he just goes P2. That's only just for him.
It was good teamwork
Dylan,
though.
Yep.
Dylan is down,
See what
and
Twonk's
Twonk
gonna get.
is as well. Right.
Twonk backed off. Dylan's still going.
So he's trying to get the slipstream. He got a very
Oh,
very
he's
tiny jump.
invalidated.
Oh, he's not good at that.
Dylan, like, don't do that next time if there's people behind you on the flying lap.
So, that's it. That's it. Charlie on pole again for the 3rd week in a row.
Yeah, DXS, good qualifying by him too. He really did good this week, and I expected a podium placement for DXS, but that second roll still completely good for him. I'm sorry, not DXS, I'm Twonk.
We'll have to wait and see, because I mean, Raceway down in P9, he has to make up for quite a few positions, but he has to. That's these shoot raceways. What usually seems to happen in Div 2 is like DRS trains usually form, and that's obviously that's not easy to overtake with at all. So I usually get caught up in the middle of them, which is much easier to do. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that was qualifying. Charlie Kong. Wait,
Pitch,
Mike.
So do you remember what happened from Re 17? I remember what happened when
Yeah,
he
he
that.
crashed in the main straight. Pitch, please. Check your mic. Charlie Congdon on pole position for Renault, taking 2 points for himself and his constructor. Division 2 champion DXS alongside him P2 in the Racing Point, but Dylan P3 in the Mercedes. I reckon it's going to be a quite entertaining race. Hopefully better than Mexico.
Right.
Is oh no, I'm just trying to remember if this is the same top 3 we had in Mexico.
I think it was.
No, not for the race, because
I think DXS was lower down, no?
yeah, DXS finished 4th in Mexico.
Obviously, DXS. No, not DXS. Dylan, sorry, out qualifying his promotion rival, so you'll be happy with that. Yeah, we wanted to challenge the top 2, but obviously, how dominant they've been all season.
So, can the constructors' championship be decided today?
Yes. Pretty much. If overall Racing Point finish ahead of the Renaults, they are constructors champions. But to take the lead or to draw level with Racing Point, Racing Points need to double DNF, and both Renaults need to finish in the top 5.
It's a tall order, but
yeah, that
would
basically take the constructors fight to Abu Dhabi, with it being a level playing field. But to keep the title fight alive, they need to fight. I'm trying to think.
Still alive at the
6,
moment, I think.
25, 6. Yeah, gap at the moment 31 points. So we'll see what happens at the end.
At this current moment, they'd still be in it for Abu Dhabi. But it would be very slim chances.
There it's
but after
44 points, is it the maximum a team could get?
Well, with the way Div 2 works, so I'll do that now.
Yeah.
So
46.
46 so.
Pretty good strategy, soft to hard, medium to hard.
So Racing Point need to outscore Renault by 15 points for one of the champions.
Yeah, fine. Right, for a run down the grid then, Charlie Congdon pole position for Renault, he's head of the champion. DXS starting on the front row in P2, Dylan P3 for Mercedes, he's ahead of Twonk in P4 for Red Bull. Mate having a really brilliant qualifying again, P5 for the Haas driver, but he's got Avalanche behind him. Avalanche will just see Mate as a bit of traffic, and he's going to want to help DXS as much as possible. FJW P7 in Haas, hopefully good points on the way for that team again. Peters P8 for McLaren, while Raceway all the way down in P9, he's got his work cut out for today. Carps P10 in the Ferrari, Noja P11 for the McLaren. James, after finding so much time on qualifying, it just wasn't even enough to break away from Collins, who's starting in P13. Infinity 14th for the teammate, Ellie 15th, both Alfa Romeos near the back again. And Reese 17 crashing in qualifying, starts P16 for Red Bull.
Further, well, this season.
It's gonna be a tough corner to this one. It's not easy to go from this whole thing clean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red and white, 2 in Brazil. Yeah.
It's lights out.
Lights out and away we go. It's a good start with
DXS gets a good start.
DXS has a very good start, yeah. Like you're pointing out, in the turn 1, they're going to go side by side for the lead.
DXS goes pretty wide.
Pushes Charlie wide. That one Dylan round the outside. Dylan sneaks up the inside and gets up into P2 momentarily.
The best start from Charlie.
Oh, there's a Mercedes.
Oh,
big
no.
crash.
There's a Mercedes. There's a
Oh
McLaren.
my god.
That's a huge pile.
Yeah, who is that?
That was a big
Collins.
That's Collins and Noja.
Yeah, Noja's out of the race. Collins actually can't move because Noja's car's just on the track.
That is.
How the hell
Collins
is that only a
survived that?
virtual? Collins, I hope your car's alright. Probably have at least one of those removed. That entire scene will need to be investigated after the race.
You know what? That shades of Bahrain 2021 with cars going into a wall behind that we couldn't see what happened.
Yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause, yeah, I don't know how that's only a VSC. 'Cause
Yeah,
That should have been a safety car. That should have been a red flag, to be honest, but
But Charlie had an awful. Charlie just the initial start was okay. Just the second phase, just he just didn't get a better start. So and Dylan jumping
Yeah.
as well. Let's
Green
go.
flag.
Jake says with a perfect restart.
Charlie with a half decent run, so I didn't even realise
Yeah.
Dylan had jumped the Renault.
yeah.
There we go. Jake has it in the class or not.
Everybody pretty spaced apart.
Turn one. Oh, Tom getting the back of Charlie out of it.
I had a warning right there.
Yeah, I think Charlie limits might come into play a little bit later on. Probably
Yeah,
not as
kids
much as some
might
other
be
races.
on Raceway
but
here.
should be
Kids
okay.
on Raceway. None of top speed can do anything about it.
Oh, Reese already after lap 1 from 16th to 11th.
I think he managed to just avoid that part and he was just past it and Nodra and Collins' car was just in the middle of the road. Charlie will need to get past Dylan for his sake if he wants to have a go at the excess with the excess.
Oh, I think
Arlman
May-
never run twonk here.
Yeah, I would say he's caught to him in that middle sector. I think the Haas is more or less built for the corners, which you imagine the Red Bull, if Twonk is driving the way it is, it might be a bit of a handful for
Oh,
turn
Twonk's
one.
in.
Is in. Did he get
Oh,
wind
did he
damage?
have wind damage? He must have gotten wind damage when he
I'll
hit the
watch him
rear
hit
of
I wasn't
Charlie.
yeah, but that was a very light pass, so I'd be surprised if he did. But he did get wind damage.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
drove
hit a rear right
onto
empty
the-
damage.
Another set of softs, that's unlucky for Twonk, because I mean,
Or avalanche on me.
yeah, round the outside, Avalanche goes, he's going to make the move
Mate
stick.
tries to hold it.
Avalanche
Oh,
on wide,
no.
oh my god, Avalanche
Tax
on
up.
Again, Avalanche has it. Yep.
He's back up in the P4, I mean, the last few races, he hasn't been doing his best, but he's starting to, he's got past the mate and now he can try and charge after, Charlie, in the top 3.
I gotta say though, I'm liking this three-way battle for first. It's pretty intense.
They're starting to break away from the top group. DXS has cleared the gap with Dylan, the gap is 1.1. So Charlie will be hoping that he can get past the Mercedes as soon as possible, because obviously Dylan will have to arrest Charlie will, so I reckon this could be
Yeah, Charlie might have a run here with Dylan not having DRS.
So here we go, into turn 1, he's in overtake. He has the slipstream.
Yeah, is it?
Dylan defends to the inside, Charlie goes to the outside. He makes the move stick and he's past the Mercedes, but Dylan if he sticks with him could have a run down from turn 4.
Oh,
Charlie's got help in the momentum
FJW.
though. Hey, look, he's already within a second of... Yeah, he's got DRS and DXS.
He's already down to 20% DRS though. So he's using a lot trying to get past them. Not just about trying to stay with the excess, trying to save his tyres, because
Yeah, but DXS's ERS isn't exactly perfect either. Oh,
Yellow
no.
flag.
Collins.
Collins tired.
Not in the corner.
I'm assuming it's just on wide. Yeah, there's not
Well,
gonna
Will
be
that be a
because-
safety car?
I think that's on the track, so watch the front two.
It's in the barrier.
Okay, it's
If
off
anyone's
track.
had like crashes down there, it looks like he's gone through that downhill bit, had a bit of a tank sacker and lost it on going into the northern corner.
Yeah, then there's already lost the DRS to Charlie, so I reckon.
Charlie has DRS though this time round.
Oh yeah, Charlie is close.
What we've seen so many times this season, these two have been they've really been the dominant force of Division 2, and they're going on it once again.
Oh yeah, Charlie has this.
Is he going to go for it, or no, he's just going to try and save his ERS, which is smart.
I think he could have gone for it there.
Yeah, could have done, but
Avalanche gaining on Dylan, that in 2 seconds, so Avalanche was aiming for a podium place.
Twonk
So
fastest lap.
Racing Point seeming to be, Avalanche seems to open the pace when he really needs to. We'll try another tanks after there up the front. Just saw that. Here we go. Charlie's using overtake. I think he's going for it now. Charlie is burning all the
Yeah.
overtake to go for the move. He
Yeah,
gets
he's
think
actually
he's
using
gonna
it to
have it.
defend. Pickle on Charlie.
to the outside, goes Charlie for turn 1. DXS, is he going to do what he didn't? DXS just doing what he
He's
did in the
covered
first
him
lap.
off.
Just,
Good defending, but Charlie still has a run here. He's gonna definitely have it.
Yeah, he's got like no
even if Charlie
ERS.
gets the move, yeah, I think he's on 6% with DXS is on.
Yeah.
the
DXS
30, so-
great defending there.
I think Charlie would be kicking himself about that. Really missed
Try-
opportunity.
That's the thing with that's the thing. If you're gonna burn all your rest, you need to make sure you get the move done. You need to fight as hard as you can. Charlie there. He's just
FJW first penalty
yeah.
of the race.
Charlie there just use all his ERS for nothing really. Well, if you're gonna do that, if he's gonna do it, then he really needs to go for that push for that move.
Rather bored with Charlie though. Noticing DXS with those his internet. I don't know if Charlie might be seeing a bit of lag from his point of view.
I'm seeing one like personally.
It looks okay.
Yeah,
I hope
maybe.
nothing too serious.
Well, if we can't see the lag, then it either has to be Charlie, right? Because if he was lagging, then we'd all see it.
Yeah. As Avalanche now, they got 1.4 to Dylan, so he's closing in. Mercedes driving.
Dylan not having much pace in the race compared to quality right now at the stage of the race. So everybody's pretty spaced out now. Infinity's had a bit of a tank slapper, but still kept it on the road.
And I'm rolling back with Carps because there's a nice little
Yeah.
fight here for P7. Pids ain't too far behind either.
These three, I mean, these two seem to be locked in battle the last few races with them. They're only rattled from Mexico. I think they're battling the as well, so these two seem to be very close when it comes to race pace. Race right now, they got 2 seconds to make it. You got some losing time for the last, so. Interesting.
Yeah, it seems just all hitting that dirty air in the second sector and spacing them apart pretty well. Saying that Carps might have a run here.
He was using the old thing on FAW. To the outside he goes. I think he'll have this move easy.
Yeah.
Should be
Hold the corner, I'm pretty sure. FJW's
Hold
gonna
it on
hold
the
it, but
inside.
no.
No,
Too
good
late.
take that for Carps.
Then again, he might come back here.
Kills with a pan.
Yep, FJW's coming back. He might
outside.
re-overtake it. And he hasn't. Oh my god, look at that top speed advantage.
Yellow flag in sector 3, that is.
Ellie.
Ellie.
She's gone into the barrier.
I know,
can't
she's
get-
just
Can't get
stunned.
broadcast for you, so. I don't actually see.
Nah, she's just stunned.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming them just ran wide on the exit. And tires are not going to feel good enough for me. Whereas if I could get the
Oh,
front,
DXS set a tank slapper.
Now Charlie, this is his chance at the move. He's burning all the ERS. He
Oh,
goes to the
he's in
inside.
the inside.
Oh, no.
Oh, they make contact! Oh, and DXS is out of the race! Huge moment in this championship.
What happened there?
What
That
the-
was,
looks like
yeah,
he
full
got
safety
a
car.
pit
Had
maneuver.
to slow down.
That is probably one of our most dramatic moments of the season. It's up there
Well,
anyway.
It's up there with the controversy. Controversy. Right,
what?
I'm just trying to process what happened there.
Yeah,
They,
I
they
think
were
it was
really
like-
close. I think DXS went to turn in, but Charlie had already stuck his nose in. It's not really any malice from any particular driver, but you gotta be careful when you're driving at those speeds for those kind of corners when you
Yeah, I think Charlie was committed to the inside, and the XS is about to turn in for almost a corner.
Oh,
But
that-
Charlie was already there.
Well, this is
That's
going to help the likes
big-
of Twonk and Ellie. Hopefully, Ellie doesn't end up a lap down from this. She should
Well,
be
she,
able
she
to
got a
catch back.
drive. She got a
It's
drive
up-
there though. So.
It's up
Yeah,
to
I
Avalanche
know,
to
but-
secure the championship for Racing Point.
Oh, that's so.
It's all
Yeah.
on him.
Obviously, with that,
Yeah, well,
Bit,
that swings and Clemens, I mean, that's just really interesting.
I can see in the news category now, Charlie pit
Oh,
maneuvers
Charlie,
to
give
get
me 5
access to the
seconds!
championship. Avalanche
Charlie,
wants to ruin Dylan.
they're all bottling
all,
at this race.
all coming in. Is that what tyres are those?
Hard
Hards.
tires for Charlie.
Will they go to the end? 26 laps?
I think they will, or just because.
Oh yeah, yeah. They should be able to. Oh, for God's sake, Ellie, what are you doing?
Oh, Twonk's staying out, interestingly enough. He's gonna pass a lot of people here.
Yeah, it was
Infinity
12
staying out as
did
well. Infinity up in the
hit early
second.
on. I mean, he's on a, I'm assuming it's a fresh set of softs from earlier. 6 laps old. I personally would change those tyres just to go a little bit further, because by the time the safety car period's ended, Twonk's tyres are not going to be in the best shape, and Ellie has been
Infinity's in
disqualified.
second place. Infinity's in second. You don't usually see it, but
You never
9
see
laps
it,
on those tires.
doesn't it, so.
Everyone else on fresh tires other than Twonk and Infinity. Avalanche is actually in a really good position. I don't know how he got there, but props on him. Going up 3 positions in this race. Actually, talking about positions, I think we should do a biggest winners and losers analysis under the safety car.
Guys about to be in, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, either way, biggest winner at this moment in time is Infinity, up 12 places. Overall, biggest loser DXS, but apart from that, it's just Reese who, I think those positions are only really down from the guys who've had
Reese with a friendly and
pit stops.
Friendly has gone.
Well, particularly, he's going to pull away from Infinity. Why the hell is he leaving before the line?
He's
Oh
leaving
yeah,
the
Titan.
temperature in his corners, so they don't hide they will not.
Right, I'm on board with
Avalanche has
Twonk
gone-
because he's going to be all over mate.
Avalanche actually gone to soft, interestingly.
Could be a good strategy from Twonk because he is on soft tyres for the time
Avalanche
being.
comes Infinity. That's
So
very crucial.
he just needs
Twonk
to
switches to the
clear the
inside.
traffic.
Twonk said on the inside.
Twonk on the
Oh
inside.
my god, that was way too close.
And Raceway gets past
Now
him.
Raceway is past you.
Raceway on the medium's interesting, man. I should try and get a 5-second time power on it. He needs to try and get away from the pack. Obviously, Infinity being a bit of a moving forward, not pitting, so that's good help.
Avalanche might actually have a run on Charlie.
With a traction difference on them tires, I think he will. Here we go. One racing point versus another.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Avalanche
slowed down a
goes
bit.
to the outside.
Unless Charlie decides he wants the other racing point.
The
put in the
flag, I
barrier.
think that's Reese's spawn.
He's still going.
He's still going, yeah. As Dylan
Well, Avalanche takes the
goes
lead.
to the inside of Infinity, makes a new step. Next Funk. Gonna get past the Alpha now. Oh, he moves very late. Goes to the inside, not using the overtake. But only
Just lunges past it. Brilliant.
You know, with those tires, he's doing pretty good so far.
Avalanche in
Avalanche
front
with
of
a
me.
penalty.
That's interesting. How did Charlie get that penalty, by the way?
Pit lane
He's setting the
speeding.
pits.
Okay, so it was his fault.
Mhm.
Yeah, every car's pretty close to each other.
Could you imagine if Infinity is actually this consistent, keeps penalties away until the end of the race, maybe a late safety car? Or am I
It
just,
could be interesting.
or is it just really ambitious thinking the Alfa Romeo can end up on the podium at the end of this?
Well, it'd be interesting if he got points today. It's very possible.
Not sure where it's from,
We should be able to get a solid amount of points,
Yeah.
no question
What
about
was their
that.
biggest finish this season?
Like 8th, I think.
That's not bad. I was just a bit wide there. That's gonna let the Haas probably go through. Ooh, that's severe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Raceway on the medium, I highly doubt they're going for the one.
Oh,
Oh,
and
and Finney's gone
yeah,
for
she's
the
just got damage from rear-ending me. Oh, she's going to drop
No.
a stone now.
shots the point now.
Up front, Avalanche has to pull a gap as much as he can to above, I believe, how many seconds? Is it 18 seconds? I'm not sure.
18, I think. No, you have the exit as well, so give it 20, 21, I think.
Either way, right now Charlie's actually gaining on the
Oh.
movement. Carp's on arm mates, gonna have a move.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, she's gone off.
Lawnmower, Alfa
Kept it in
Romeo.
the race. It's Carps, yeah, going for the move on me to the inside.
The thing is, if she pits for a harder tyre like now, she can still get points maybe by the end of the race. She's not carrying penalties and everyone in front of her is.
Oh
my god, that's way
big
too
scrap.
close.
There's
My
big
god.
scrapping. Oh, FTW. Jesus Christ, FTW and Reese give me a better give me a tire attack.
James is gonna go for a move. Is
They're
he?
fighting hard in the midfield.
Oh,
still there.
Wheel banging.
Oh, James makes the move. Reese sneaks up the inside. These guys are battling really hard in the midfield. Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of tough racing. Oh, there's wing damage for Reese.
No. See, I mean, at the moment, Dylan at the moment, all he has to do is just keep that gap to Charlie. I think Tom's had overtaken
Oh,
Reese.
Twonk. I'm Dylan.
We're gonna get
Crazy
overtaken
comeback
after
this race.
one. I mean, you have to pit again, but Racing with a penalty. To the outside goes Twonk. Yeah, going to go around the outside. He's gonna have the grip on the Mercedes. Oh, it's
Oh,
the
Dylan.
two. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a bit aggressive, but
From who? Dylan or?
Twonk. But Dylan's fine, there's no damage.
So we can just carry on.
Yeah, Twonk has to cut through the field as fast as possible because he needs to put in another set of tires around possibly lap 20 or something like that.
Are we praying that a safety car comes out soon as then back at P9, P10? You have. I mean, these guys are at the rear of the points. They're fighting very hard with friends to know, give them that.
Yeah. Avalanche isn't breaking away from Charlie much either. In fact, unless it's like a safety car sometime soon, you might. I don't know. Does Avalanche need to just finish the race, the points to claim the championship?
Say again, sorry?
Avalanche, does he need to claim just points in general to win the championship, or?
Not constructors, Racing will need to outscore Renault by 15 to win it today. So, the moment,
Oh, sorry, not Reynolds, Reese.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm
either
saying.
way,
Racing point needs to outscore
Avalanche
Renault.
needs to take the win, and both Renaults have to finish below 5th.
That's gonna be a tall order.
Will be.
But he could seal today, maybe. We'll see.
So there's still a long way to go. You never know what can happen. I mean,
It is F1.
you've already seen what's happened earlier on with that massive.
Well, there's a three-way fight for P8.
And W. James, even lagging a little bit. I saw a little bit of a nice fight, so.
Yeah, nice fight at the back of the field between James Pids and FJW.
Dylan's just about has the US with Tom. Yeah, so Pids, I think is he gonna activate over it? He's not going to, so.
Yeah, he's a bit far back. But we might have a run onto the second straight.
James has got a healthy amount of ERS to defend with.
But Pids might have a run.
Yo,
Yeah, he
he's
definitely
closing
does.
speed, look at that.
Oh my god.
Down the
To the
inside.
inside he goes. James running to cut back. Going for the penalty.
Twonk with a penalty yet. I think Twonk's trying to feel that tire wear a bit.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the field for this one next lap. See, that's the thing, he's got more than a minute, because I think he has to go higher to the medium. There'll be a struggle to take that one. Raceway as well, you know. His tires aren't going to be the freshest.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he took his tires more than 15 laps.
Yeah, I'd be surprised as well, so.
Twonk's going really wide there for some reason. Yeah, he's
He's
in.
into the pit, so. Yeah, I think it'll be hard tires for him.
I think it'll be mediums. Yeah, it's mediums.
Mediums 18 laps then.
Yeah, well,
Yes, very possible.
he's managed to go a half race distance, so my maths is correct. 18 times 2 is 36.
Oh, the
FGW.
FGW's going to the back, he's just on the grass. And also the issue for Tonka, he has to pass so many guys on the run, so we have to gain quite a bit of time, so.
Yeah, he's kind of in the same boat as Avalanche now. Whatever advantage he has to do it now. I'm not expecting Avalanche to really be finishing in the top 5 at this point.
I mean,
has Avalanche pitted yet? Like, at all?
He has, yeah, he picked on 2 new
Yeah.
sets of tires.
Yes, that's why his laps are.
But
his
has
tires
he
are-
only been on softs?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, he has to put again on him.
He has to go on mediums as soon as possible.
Yeah, I say it's a shame that he's in that situation. Otherwise, if he waited about 5 laps time, he could probably take another set of softs to the end. But I reckon the sooner he's on mediums, the better.
Yeah.
I'd expect him in the next 2 laps or so.
Raceway, I mean, he has to take his tires, what, 25 laps on mediums? That's gonna be. He'll be at high risk at the end, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know, because if Twonk was able to take 18 lap old softs.
No, his softs weren't 18 laps old, they were 13.
Oh, sorry. Either way, like 13, 18.
It would be closer at the end.
He'll be struggling.
Yeah.
As long as he's not majorly scrapping with anyone, but he's just trying to keep ground done at the minute. But it will leave Raceway open for a soft stint potentially at the maybe 10 laps time, which I'm sure his tyres can go another 10 laps anyway. Yeah, easy.
Yeah. It's pretty spread out. FJW is pretty close to a race though.
I won't make him the P5. If things go Mate's way, he could finally get his podium, which has been close to for the last few races. And that's if though. That's if he can get it the race round. Obviously, well, the unpredictability of the division here, you never know what's going to happen.
Also, if there's going to be a safety car near the end, Avalanche could be on for his first podium. Or I think his first podium.
No, he's won the podium quite a few times, I think. Well, it's just near the first half of the season.
FJW on.
Yeah.
Done before the main straight. God, that's a lot of top speed.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
See how he flies away from him. See this.
And all she really needs is for 2 people to hold the cash out, and she's in the points. So.
Yeah. I mean, if Avalanche, I'm not wishing anything on him, but if he makes a mistake, that's championship for Renault, right?
No, it's not. It would just mean that we're very close going into next week.
I mean, they could be in the lead, sorry, not to win.
Tonk is all over James and Pids, he's caught back up to him.
He has the pace, and he has quite a few laps, because if he closes up to me, I mean, it would be 8 seconds, so, yeah, and there's none left. To the inside he goes on James. James holding around the outside though.
Ooh, pretty good wheel racing.
Oh,
A bit of a tap. The rear wheel.
James just let that one go.
Yeah.
Let him slow down. Pids for you.
Definitely did not see him there.
So whenever Trump gets past Page, it's a push to May, and then after that it's a push to the front guys. Avalanche is
Trump
in.
does have the fastest lap, that'll help
Avalanche
him.
in the box.
Yes.
Avalanche
I'm
is
gonna
in.
assume this is medium, and it has to be medium.
Has to
Or
be.
medium or hard. So. Let's see what,
Mediums, yeah.
medium tires. So.
Let's see where he comes out. If he comes up behind Quonk, it could be a problem.
That would be close actually.
He shouldn't. Should come
don't
out
think so.
where he is. P5.
Just ahead of him, so yeah, it would be. Just ahead.
Yeah, he'll be alright.
I mean, he might lose a bit of speed at the exit. No, I think he has it.
Yeah, he's
just
gonna
got
It was
Quonk.
pretty close though.
I think Trump might get. No, he won't get third.
Apparently Dylan in P2 is a lap down.
Oh, you've got to love this game sometimes. You
So
really do.
Avalanche has some clean air to work with.
So if Avalanche has the pace, he could still snatch a podium.
Yeah, he wouldn't gain about 1 second a lap though in every driver.
Well, you think they're race tires, they're going to be dead at the end. But you don't know he has a penalty, so the thing is, if you'd have to get ahead of mate and get, beat him by 3 seconds. Which isn't the easiest thing to do. But when you're around here, if you're in the DRS, it's a learning. Yeah, I've got 3.9.
Am I reading that correctly? Is that 1 second gap? No, it's not. What the heck?
Yeah, so Charlie needs about a second if he wants to. This race witness down in P6, Tonk to the outside on fids, which changed to the to the outside, being squeezed, these two, Jesus. Pits of a more ERS to work with. From Tonk. Yeah, keep it in the
Yeah, Twonk's pretty close to Pids here, just can pass him around. Pretty much the only battle on track right now.
Mate, it's gaining in a race where the gap is about 6 seconds between Rotten scores, now 5.4, so.
Yeah, the mediums are wearing out a bit.
Avalanche isn't really gaining that much on this, which is.
Twonk overtake mode, he'll have Pids here.
I think he run out of ERS though, so. I don't.
But he'll have DRS.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any ERS, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. Down the inside he goes on Pids, into turn 1. He's on the border on the outside.
Yeah, he just backs off, he can't handle that.
So, obviously on the inside, the run you get out of that corner isn't great. Step that on.
Avalanche is progressing slowly.
He's not really gaining on the plan. And is it just
Yeah.
me who finds it weird to see DXS not in the top 3? I find that really weird.
Yeah, it feels
Avalanche
a
just
bit
needs to
odd.
take his head down.
Close to now. Oh mate is gaining on the raceway. He needs to get within 3 seconds of that. Running driver and then he can
Yeah,
stop
sure.
the podium.
Raceway is probably going to have to get again, isn't he?
20.
Let's have a look at the tyres.
It'll be 25 laps of mediums come the end. I finally don't even make it.
That's gonna be tough, but I think it might just be possible.
Maybe if Raceway can save, yeah, that's some really. He'll have to conserve his tyres for. I'm not a man for his mate. I'm pretty sure his tyres are going to make the distance.
Yeah.
Say
I have a feeling it might be Avalanche and Raceway fighting near the end here. Things go this way.
25 lap hold hards, that's not going to be a problem at all, but yeah, Raceway's really going to be pushing it. Oh no, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
no,
in the
she's
wall.
She's got to get a move on.
We shouldn't get the score for it because the way this game is stupid.
Yeah, I'm more worried about she's in such an awkward spot to get that.
Yeah, if she reversed it, it would be pretty dangerous, so took her time there.
She's got damage. I was hoping she hadn't.
You never know what can happen.
Raceway in the box.
Oh,
He
we
is,
did.
okay.
There should be
That's
softs
gonna
on the sim.
throw
so
things into a stir a bit.
Yep, it is softs.
you have to push, push, and push. That's yeah. So his medium's definitely not going to make it. And now it's just the case of mate, if you can hold, if you can just keep the pace and hope that Avalanche does not catch him. The rest going to come out will be P7. So
I still reckon Raceway is going to be absolutely rapid on those tyres because
Yes.
the car in
Raceway
front of
can
him is on
salvage them.
15 lap hold hards.
yeah,
The least he could do is a top 5 finish, which I think will be a very respectable result.
right, he can get Avalanche here, I think, in this ring because he's
Yeah, who's got
Only
more
the-
penalties out of the pair of them, or are they level?
Avalanche. Go on 3 seconds.
Penalty wise, they have both 3 seconds, so they're equal.
Yeah, we haven't
Well,
really
Pains
talked
has
about
an
up at
extra
the
3.
yeah, we haven't really talked about up at the front. Charlie's just got that gap to roll over he needs, so
Yeah,
Try
it's
to
pretty
have
quiet
the
race
pace
for
and
Charlie.
I
Same
mean,
with Dylan.
yeah, but Dylan's doing all he needs at the moment. If I hang on, so I'm pretty sure he was. I can't remember how many points he was ahead of Funk going into this race.
Is Arlo mate on for his first podium?
At this current moment, yes. So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, let's
That's
see where
actually
he's
pretty good.
started.
He's been a bit of a sleeper this race. I just realized
P5,
that.
I think.
He's not really had a
This is-
sleeper, he's just taken, well, obviously the people in front of him have ended up retiring. Or at least one
Yeah,
of them
but-
has. But
His ability to stay out of danger and protect the strategy really has helped him in this race.
Yeah.
well, he seems to know what he's doing, but he's still going to have to contend with Avalanche, I think, towards the end of the race.
I mean, Avalanche
Yeah.
is only catching him slowly. It's not like he's making massive gains on the moving cars.
If anything, I
Races
think
already
Avalanche
found
has to
kids
worry
too.
about Twonk more than he has to worry about Mate.
Obviously, if Raceway can get, I mean, we'll get past Pitt. It's just how quick he can do it. I mean, in terms of Renault, if Renault come with another penalty,
23 seconds.
if they can outscore Racing Point, obviously, at the moment.
Oh,
we're
Raceway
gonna
had a
outscore-
fastest sector there.
Yeah.
He's right behind
If-
Pids.
If both Renaults can beat the Soul and Racing Point and Minis, the Raceway will easily get it. Pitt's not even going to fight. I'm assuming he's going to take the pass time.
He can even if he wanted to.
Yes.
Raceway fastest lap. That's gonna help his
Come
team.
on. Yeah, he has about 5 seconds to gap in him. He just got a warning shot on.
He's gonna want to not do that because he has the advantage over Twonk right now, penalty wise.
I mean, I reckon his goal is just to beat Avalanche, because if he does that, then Renault are looking in really good shape when they come to Abu Dhabi next week. Pitt with no penalty. And he just
Yeah,
warning
Raceway is rapid right now.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. 4.3 of the gap. He's almost gained a second. And yeah, if you can get that pace going for the whole thing, them slots really. I mean, they won't be the best at the end, but they shouldn't feel that bad. Come to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think he'll be contesting with Avalanche toward the end. Just because Twonk's mediums are slightly more worn than Avalanche's.
And also, if Mate can just keep this pace, not get a penalty, he's on for a good result today.
Well, Raceway has 3-second advantage over Twonk, so if he's end up kind of back behind Twonk, he'll be able to
Yeah, even with
still have that
penalties,
advantage.
on penalties, is Raceway ahead of Twonk at the moment?
No, he's not. 1 for 6 seconds.
And I just realized too that Raceway's the only driver to get into the 108s in the race, so props on him for that.
And I'm sorry, so much surprised him. Doing as much as he can for the team.
Gap is 4 seconds now.
That now 3.5 between Avalanche and Mate. Obviously, Avalanche he'll be in with himself, but getting nothing second.
Twonk's pushing pretty hard too.
He's found a bit more pace in that middle sector.
I mean, in game, the water from that first lap, now he's only gained like 10th back up, so.
Yeah, that's
Raceway will have
just,
to gain maybe
that's just
5
because
tenths of
he's
lap on.
enabled overtake, but Avalanche's over ERS isn't the best either. Yeah, out of the three, Raceway is in best position.
Yeah, Raceway gained about 5/10 in that last and first sector already.
Charlie's just pulled almost 1.5 seconds in the last lap on Dylan.
Must have had a mistake, Dylan.
I mean, Charlie, he's just done another sound on 2016. He's won. At the moment, he's on 4.3 at the point 4. So it's pretty good at the point 3 so far.
Second half of the race has been pretty quiet.
It's usually crazy happen. Well,
Yeah.
the six can get out from Raceway.
It seems like Twong's faster in that first sector compared to Raceway, who's on the brand new soft tires.
It'll be the middle sector where Raceway were to gain, where Raceway will gain over time.
Yeah, the Raceway is almost in the zone where you can take advantage of the penalty Twong has.
So, let me just, so at the moment, the gap will be 5 points in Abu Dhabi. Instead of racing points favour, will only just. Avalanche need a penalty.
Oh, that's really good for Raceway. Hey, you know what? I think I know what it is. I think Raceway has a lot more top speed than Twong, because he just gained about 3/10 in that second straight. 3/10.
I mean,
3
now
seconds
that
out of the
Avalanche
gap.
got 6 seconds, mate, as long as he does not make any mistakes, he's on for his first podium in Avalanche.
Yeah, Raceway's gaining now.
He's just inside, but then the
Raceway at the moment is about 5 seconds adrift of Avalanche. Surely he can find 2 seconds within the next 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah.
So Avalanche will be, I think he might be coming up to Mate. I think Mate, he might, but it all depends on his tyres.
Yeah, Mate has no penalties though, so he's in a pretty good position.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that Avalanche cannot losing a little bit of time, big guy behind.
Avalanche's got literally 0 ERS, and Mate isn't really in the best shape either. But still advantage Raceway. I reckon maybe we fight for P3 just for the guys within the area. Could have a nice spot on track on the last lap possibly. Because Tonk is... He is catching Avalanche slowly, but he is.
Might be a 3-way battle for P4 soon.
Raceway 2.7. How's he lost 7/10? His tyres can't.
Saying that
dead just
Nhrl
yet.
is losing the Avalanche, and it could turn into a possible fight for P3. Saying that Nhrl has no penalties, so still in a pretty good position. But yeah, Raceway's just gaining on the straights by a lot. Yeah, getting about 2/10 there.
Yeah, we got now 1.4, so. Raceway is just inside that window. So. I think Avalanche just got another one in there. Let me check. It isn't even this one. Has there no pen?
Avalanche is pretty much there now with Mate. Mate's got start defending.
I think Mate's just taking it smoothly though because he knows Avalanche on 6 seconds.
Yeah, if Avalanche does overtake him, Mate still needs to keep it on the road.
So well, 2 laps to go. 6 seconds. It won't be.
It'll be tough.
I want to be able to pull up.
If I were Nhrl, mate, I wouldn't really fight Avalanche. I'd probably just let him pass and use his DRS. Once it does
I'd fight a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah. Raceway 2.5.
He's going to take that position at the moment.
And he's gaining.
If someone wants to do some quick maths for me now, if it was to finish as it is now, what would the deficit be going into the final race?
Okay, so let me do this.
25 plus 8 plus 1.
Yeah, well, at the moment, Raceway is in the mission B5, so I think it'll be 11.
Yeah, that'll be a 22 point advantage here. Oh my god. So 31 take 22.
Avalanche has DRS.
Say again.
Oh, Avalanche went a bit wide. That's about 2/10 then. Plus DRS.
Yeah, at the moment I think the advantage from the constructors is going to be less than 10 points going into the final race.
Wow, that's really interesting. And with Raceway gaining on Twonk, he could actually overtake Avalanche through penalties.
I don't think so on this. Avalanche and Mate have a little bit of a competition. I don't think so.
Got 2 laps left in this race. And all Army has to do is take it to the end.
Which is done in performance
Twonk with penalty.
penalty.
Twonk with the penalty. That's gonna give a Raceway.
Yeah, Raceway's always certainly going to go. Trying his best at pointing that, but I didn't keep right and thinking about it just to see what anything was happening.
Carl, may I let him through now?
I think Mate, yeah, just Mate is doing it. I'll try to secure a podium. He's using the old thing, I think he's going to have much too easily.
Probably not. Avalanche is gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Will it be enough? No.
No, it won't be.
It's going to be a drag race along with these two. Someone wants
Yeah, you can see all the grip Avalanche has for that corner compared to
Yeah,
Army.
mate, just cover the inside, mate. Left door open. Okay.
Nah, it's fine. Penalties will get him up anyways. Yeah. Good idea from Armin not to fight it so much.
I didn't see enough for it, so certainly, I mean, he's really been on the last few races. He's taken the win. Colbert in Mexico. I mean, it seems to be his.
Oh yeah, Charlie's.
his element in South America.
Charlie's taken pole here in Brazil. He's taken out his title rival, but he's going to come across a lot and take victory in Brazil. And the constructors' fight goes on to Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dylan will. I mean, I
Dylan
say.
will take second place.
Oh, don't put that in the wall, mate.
Avalanche will come across the line.
He'll come across the line in third, but
it'll be Mate who takes his maiden podium in NHRL. Congratulations to him. Punk is running out of fume, I think. The Raceway will jump in. Oh, Carps!
Oh, what the?
Yeah, Carps crashed at the front corner. 2 laps
Oh
to go.
my god.
That's actually
that's
good, because he's just thrown away a couple of points for him. James somehow just got damaged. Don't know if he's hit the wreck of the Ferrari.
I don't think he did.
I think he's just done the same as what Collins did.
So I'll be changed.
Wait,
Yeah, after
kids.
W9. Please will come across the line and maybe a final finisher in P10. I mean,
Of course, P1 still a bit of investigation going on to see if he really does have P1 with that incident.
He
Today was a
should
day-
do. The thing
today
is,
was a day of
a
things.
incident that leads to a DNF. Worst case scenario, it's a race ban.
no, that's not going to be. That's wait and see though. Obviously, today was the day of first win. I think it was actually the first race that the DXS not finished in NHRL. And it's Mate's first podium, so congratulations to him.
Not as many penalties as I thought there were.
Man, Carp's crafts on the very last corner. Got a feel for him.
Well, full race rundown then. Charlie Congdon taking the win for Renault ahead of Dylan, P2 Ford Mercedes. Mate on his debut podium, P3 for the Haas driver. He's managed to finish ahead of Avalanche. Constructors fight between Renault and Racing Point goes to the wire for next week. Raceway solid recovery into P5. Tonk, decent drive for P6. Could have been more if those penalties hadn't came into play. Pid's really good result for McLaren. P7. James P8 for Williams. FJW P9. Double points finish for Haas. And Reese from the back of the grid, P10. Probably wanted a bit more than that, but I'm sure he'll take it. Carps will be classified P11 for Ferrari, as well as Infinity P12 for Alfa Romeo. Non-finishers were Ellie, DXS, Collins and Noja.
I'm just going to get everyone in now. There's Nate's name. Added them on now, so that
Hopefully
race
Armin
was.
remembers post-race interviews.
I mean, it's his first time, so it wouldn't be too obviously. I wouldn't be too bad if he guessed he wouldn't have done it in P2. Obviously, in terms of, I think the top three, I think their places are cemented in Division 1, but Dylan has taken another step towards his promotion next season. Just waiting on Charlie and Mate to join and we can get started.
What's our Almid's name on Discord?
I've got
Same as gamer tag.
Yeah, it's AMR Mate.
Well, he's left the thing, I believe. Did somebody invite him to the...
I have invited him, yes.
Yeah.
I've had them on Discord as well, so. We do have to run it, and now it's just we need to get Mate in and then we can start. Hopefully Mate comes, there'll be another video from after this recording.
I've just added him.
I added him this way, didn't I?
No, you didn't, mate.
Oh, no, okay.
There he is.
Get Mate in, okay, so we can get started.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready,
Let's get
Connor.
going.
Yeah, whoever's got a hurricane outside the window, please do what you can to remove that noise. But mate, P3. I don't really know what to ask really. Like, how's this came about? What
I
happened
don't really
out
know.
there?
Just came across. I don't really know. Just yeah.
Yeah, because it's one thing that DXS being in front of you guys, him being out of the way. I've always sort of had this feeling that you were always within touching distance of a podium, but you've done really well, and I think I'm more impressed by your consistency. You didn't have any penalties at all come the end of the race, did you?
No. I got one warning, but
No,
Yeah, at the end
that's
there, I
a
believe,
good drive.
right?
After all of
Yeah.
that, for only one warning.
yeah, thank you.
Should you not seem a bit more happy? Like, you sound pretty
No,
normal
no,
for a
I'm
guy
happy.
that's
Yeah,
first
I'm pretty
podium.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, a bit of luck, a bit of strategy involved in this race. Of course, you
Yeah.
can't win without one. And you did pretty good at just keep it consistent, get the right strategy, and bring the tires to the end. Did you get a bit nervous at the end there, actually, with the overtake from Avalanche?
Yeah, I got quite nervous because my tyres were on like 70%, so I did get quite anxious.
You just not my question. I was about to ask how the tires at the end. I don't know, man. Okay, well, yeah. That's all.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. Dylan, another podium. Yeah, been a little bit more consistent now toward the end of the season. Have you had more coaching again?
I don't know.
Right.
You don't know if anyone's been speaking to you to help you with your racecraft. Anyway,
No.
yeah, P2, with that, everything that happened in the race, did you always knew you were going to finish on the podium? Was there any doubt that
No.
you'd have more competition from behind?
It was like, because of the early safety car, my strategy was fucked. So I saw Charlie come in and I was like, I have no strategy now, so I'll go in. Because I know he was going in, I was guessing he's going on a hard, so I was like, I'm doing the same with him. And I was coming out of the box, and Ollie unsafe release, I think. So I was behind him, and then I was checking the thing, and I saw Charlie on hards, and I was like, okay. But before that, I don't know what happened between Charlie and DXS, but I was thought DXS might had a lot of wing damage. They was driving slow, and then I looked backwards and I saw a wheel like in the air. So I was like, okay, and at the end it was only driving in lean because my tires were dead. My tires were at the end 80%, I think.
Oh,
Jesus.
Puncture territory.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps nabbing my questions.
What?
About that.
Well, your
I
questions
can
will
ask
consist
her,
of asking about tire wear.
Yes, Brennis. Yeah, I think that's all.
well, I think that's if all the questions are out of the way then. Well,
Wait,
do you
sorry,
want...
never mind. No, please go.
Yeah, you can ask them something if you want, or can I move on?
I don't know, you just said that's it. I thought you missed Charlie.
Right, Charlie, you know what I'm going to speak about.
Yeah.
Why the hell did you get that 5-second penalty coming into the pit lane?
I'm not gonna lie, we was all discussing it quite a lot with what happened with DXS, so I wasn't 100% concentrated, and that's why that
Straight
happened.
off guard there.
Yeah, I just got caught off guard.
Right,
Okay,
as
let's talk about the real.
Yeah, the lack of racing points that finished this race. Just from your POV, what actually happened?
Well, throughout the whole race, he was being quite aggressive. Like first corner, he dived quite heavily and tapped my front tire. And on that straight, I was going to go around the outside, and he moved over to block it. So I went to the inside. I had my nose just like in line with his back tire, and he came across to cover it, and he just clipped my rear, and he took himself out. That's basically what happened.
So stewards will need to have a look at it again, but from what I remember, it looked quite close. Don't
Yeah, it looked
know
more
if
like a
there was
racing
anything
incident.
anyone could do. Yes.
Yeah,
He was moving quite a lot on the track. He moved quite a few times and he's swerving a lot.
Okay, I do have a question. Obviously now, if the math is correct, that gap is down to nine points to Tom Shields, isn't it? I think anyway. So obviously going into Abu Dhabi, I mean, the last few weeks Renault have been quite on it. Just I mean, how do you think you two will get on there? And do you think that you can outscore Racing Online with points to take that constructors?
I mean, yeah, we've been really quick for the past few weeks. We just got to make sure that we can keep consistent and outscore them.
I think that's everything then. And then to all three of you, the final race in Abu Dhabi. How are we feeling about that one?
Not.
You're
I like the
feeling
track,
that?
so yeah, I need to get my practice in, obviously.
I haven't practiced yet.
Yeah, saying I think
Don't
Abu
really know
Dhabi is
what's gonna
quite
be like.
horrific for no traction, so be careful.
Yeah, I
Oh
will.
my.
It's in like that little marina section. It's just stop start. It's not going to feel good on the rear tyres.
That is coming from a medium traction driver, though.
I know, because I bloody struggle on medium traction, so you're going to do it on no traction. I don't bloody know.
We are the professionals. Make the possible possible.
Right, I'm going to round that off there then. In terms of Nhrl activity, well done to the top three from the World Endurance Championship on Tuesday. Very surprising in the end for that race to end up under the lights. Division 1 for tomorrow, final race of the season. Any Div 2 drivers welcome to take part. It would be nice to try and get a full grid, especially what the league's been through over the last week or two. Strong finish to the end, and then the same for the week after in Division 2. You guys at Abu Dhabi on Thursday. Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had a good race, and we'll see you next week in Abu Dhabi.